Mic check, 1 2 1 2. All right, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. It is Kendell Lenice, and we love a good list over here, honey. This is Kendell Lenice, the Remix Coach, certified life coach, and maybe your favorite life coach. And I'm back to you with another list. First, I just want to pray for those that are going through it. I want to pray for those who are hurting right now and forgot about their happy, because I want this to be your happy season. And in order for it to be your happy season, you have to get past the hurt. Now, will you get past all the hurt like that? Absolutely not, because the hurt didn't just come like that, right? In many cases, some things came like that. But I want you to be able to get past the hurt. People are stuck. People are, when I say stuck, I don't mean stuck they can't move, just stuck in the same mindset where they cannot get past the hurt. And I want you to get past the hurt to get happy. And I have a book here that I'm always making lists to do it. And sometimes I'll go live with them. Sometimes it'll be for my clients. Sometimes it'll just be for me to have there and just work through some things as a coach, so I'm able to be a better coach. But I am going to give you another list. So, how do you move past the hurt to get to happy? I have 10 ways to do so. These are my ways. If you want to remix my ways, you can do that. Whatever it takes for you to get over the hurt. Let's get right to it. Remember, welcome in and tell a friend. Everybody who is watching live, thank you so very much. If you're watching the replay, I thank you the same. Please share this out right now. If they can listen to it live, if you're on your social media, or if you want to text it to someone, please do, now or later, just like the candy. All right, so number one, you have to make the decision to forgive yourself and those who've hurt you, or the experience of the hurt. You have to be able to forgive yourself or those who contributed to this hurt that you're feeling. That's number one. You're going to have to not just forgive, make the decision to forgive. That's a big one. Make the decision to forgive. Okay. Number two, you have to know that you are worthy of goodness, however it comes. You have to know that you're worthy of goodness, no matter how it comes, because it may come in a form that you don't even recognize. But you have to have your eyes open so you can recognize what goodness is. Now, some of you might be saying, Kendell, it's been so long since I had goodness, I don't even know what that looks like. But I bet you know what it feels like. You know when something is good to you. You know when you eating that Snicker bar and it's good to you. You know when you eating that seafood Alfredo, it might be good to you now, but then later it might not be good to you. That's a whole nother story. But you know what goodness is. You know what it feels like, even if it's been a long time, even if you never felt it. If it's a feeling that's different, that's some goodness right there. Number three, importantly, acknowledge and sit with the hurt. Acknowledge and sit with the hurt and feel all the emotions that pop up and out. It's important for you to do that. You have to be able to sit with your emotions, sit with your feelings, understand what is happening with you. That's how you're going to be able to get past the hurt. That's what it is, right? You're going to have to get past that hurt and get past that pain. The emotions that are going to come out with that may be something that you may not even be able to recognize, but you have to sit with the emotions. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to scream. Don't be afraid to shout. Don't be afraid to get emotional. You got to feel all the feelings. That's how you're going to get the hurt out your body. Number 4, and this goes with it. When I say feel all the feel, cry, kick, scream, shower, whatever, live with it. Just be in the hurt. It's okay. I remember Iyanla one time said, and I've been following Iyanla since I was a teenager. And I remember one time she said, let your heart break. She said, feel your heart break, whatever that is. Let your heart break. And sometimes you have to do that. Just like if someone breaks a leg, or sometimes you go to the hospital and your leg is messed up, let's just say they have to break the leg to reset the leg so it can heal properly. It's the same concept, right? Number 5, write letters or make phone calls to express your hurt and the reason to those you can call. Write letters to those you can't. And if you can't see them, read the letter out loud several times, because somebody may have hurt you, right? You may have hurt you, and you may not understand or how to express it to someone. You can write it down, even if you never send it. You have to get those feelings that are inside out. You have to be able to get them out. If not, that hurt is going to be sitting in the pit of your stomach. Every time you experience something, every time you see somebody, every time you hear a sound, a smell, that's going to live in you. There's a book called Your Body Keeps the Score, right? And it's a powerful book. And I'm going to tell you right now, it could be very triggering if you've been through some things, right? And your body keeps the score, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, your body keeps that score. So you have to get that out some way. Number 6, give yourself permission to heal and work through your hurt. Hire a life coach, free consultations from me, a therapist, counseling, seek church, do whatever you need to do to heal the hurt. I had a new client that started yesterday, and we were talking about some of these things, right? About healing that hurt. Um, my a great life coach. I've been doing this thing. I say 25 years, but it's been longer than that. I guess I just got stuck on 25 years. But my experiences in life and all that I have been through help me be a better coach. Yes, it gives me the technique, but with age in my 50s, experiences behind my belt, and the education, man, I'm a bad coach. And when I say that, I say it humbly, because your experiences will help you that now in whatever profession you're in. Let's see what we have here. Yes, it does. It really does, Sheila. It really does. Looking for that comment. Absolutely. All right. So number 7, distance yourself from those who hurt you. Forgive and let live. Now, this is the thing. Let's talk about this. Let's real talk. Just because you forgive somebody doesn't need they need to be in your face in space. Just because you forgive somebody, just because you have forgiven somebody, just because it's the right, people do a lot of things because it's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to forgive, right? You've heard it a million times. It's not for them, it's for you, because you don't want to hold all that hurt in your body. Remember, the body keeps the score. You forgive and let live. That's my motto. You forgive them and let live. You live your life over there, they live their life over there, but you let it breathe, right? But you can forgive somebody if they're not in your face. You can forgive somebody if they live across town, across the seas and oceans and everything. You can forgive, but that doesn't mean you have to kumbaya like, where we eating tonight. It doesn't work that way, because they still may be a trigger for you or just reminding you of something. And you don't have to befriend or reconnect with people if you forgive them. You can tell someone, if you can, I forgive you, or you can say it out loud to God. He'll deliver the message somehow. They'll get it. Number 8, I always got these on my list. It's so important. Um, and this is the 10 ways to move past your hurt to get back to that happy. Because it's what? Happy season. Woo, woo, woo. All right, meditate. This is all 8. Meditate, pray, yoga, exercise, dance, breathe, write in your journal, release that energy. Let it fly away. Release that energy. So you can release that energy by meditating, by praying, by doing yoga, exercising, dance, just breathing, writing your thoughts out, journaling, singing, creating, whatever you're doing to release that negative energy or that painful energy in your body that's called hurt, right? And hurt looks different for everyone. Number 9, take care of yourself, self care and self love. It's so important to take care of yourself. We know that self-love is a buzzword now, right? Everybody's like self-love Saturdays, self-love Sundays. By the way, mine used to be on Mondays, especially during the pandemic. Yeah, Mondays I pulled out my spa tub for pedicures. I would be soaking my feet in Epsom salts and that Mr. What's the other one? I just had it out. Dr. Scholl's, this little soap and stuff like that. And I would be having the little patches right here under my eyes, and I would just sit there and I would do everything for myself on Mondays. When I was not working and doing that for the longest time, Mondays were that day. But it's self-care every day. So it's always a piece of thank you, Michael. It's always a piece of time. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to let 24, you serious me, you be like this. I'm not going to let 24 hours go past and I don't do something for me. I don't care for me in some type of way. Not going to do it. I'm going to find a walk in the park. I'm going to do my nails. I'm going to listen to something that lifts me. I'm going to create. I'm going to do something that's for me. And even if it's 5 minutes or 5 hours, whatever it is for you, you need to not let 24 hours go without doing something for you. That's a sure way to keep the hurt inside. If you're focusing on everybody else and not you, if somebody else was hurt right now, you would run to their aid right now and try to see how you can help them fix the hurt. But you living and sitting in your hurt and you forgot what happy looks like. And only you can define what happy looks like for yourself. Absolutely. Time to yourself is important. You know how people be like, forget them kids. Well, they don't say the forget part. You know what they say. Forget them kids, right? And if you're in a relationship with somebody, you hope that they have a moment to themselves to breathe because they're going to be the best version of them for you and vice versa. Your family, understand that, everybody doesn't need to be rah, rah, rah all the time. You need to get some types of moments for yourself and then you come together with whoever, your friend group, whatever, and you're the best version of yourself. And believe it or not, y'all probably believe it, but a lot of people don't like to spend time by themselves. They don't like to be alone. They don't like to be alone with their thoughts and feelings. And as a life coach, I've seen it because it's too painful to sit with your thoughts for a moment. It's too painful because people have experienced some things in life and it's difficult for them to sit with themselves. So I get it and I overstand that. But it has to come to a place and space where we release that hurt so you can have a moment to yourself and fall in love with yourself. Because how in the world will anybody want to spend a moment with you if you're afraid to spend a moment with yourself? Think about that. You're like, well, why am I always by myself? You don't want to be that person that is negative and not even meaning to be negative, but they don't know how to get the hurt out. I remember I worked with this girl. Shout out to Baltimore. Her name was Terry. I called her Terry. She was like, Kendell, why do you say my name like it's Terry? And I was like, okay, Terry. But everybody used to say that she was so mean. They're like, Kendell, you like a ray of light. You so positive and she always down and she's negative. I don't even understand how y'all are friends. I connect with people. I connect with energy. I connect with hearts. And she was cool as I don't know what to me. She was from Baltimore. I hadn't been in the Baltimore area that long. And we connected. And as I started to hear more of her story, and she didn't fool with a lot of people, so I thought it was a privilege, because she'd be like, why are you always smiling and talking to people? That's how she used to talk to me. Why are you always smiling and talk to everybody? You don't even know them. You sitting over here with me. Like, she would be like that. That's just how she would be. And then people walk past, she'd be like, and she would roll her, and people like, why are you friends? She was mad cool to me. We became friends outside of work. That was my girl. I don't know if she is around. Her name was Terry Muzan. I know she got married. I don't know where she is, but if this circles to her, that was my girl. That was my girl. And after you speak to people, you realize people got lives and stuff going on, like everybody, right? And sometimes you have hurt, or sometimes you have experiences that make you brace people, right? And that's part of hurt, just in general with people, that will cause people to shut down, in the appearance might look like they're mean. And what is my book called? Excuse me. Your unhealed is showing. And that's really what that is. That's what the hurt is. Let's see what these comments say, and we're going to get through this list. Good morning, Charlie Rowe. Time by yourself is important. Good morning. You laughing, Sheila. Sheila always laughing at me. I'm gonna do stand-up. I'm gonna do some stand-up comedy and probably get booed. Charlie, are you ready to do some stand-up comedy? You think he a comedian too? Yeah, I'll just stay in the audience. By the way, if those who love Sherry Shepherd are in the Baltimore area, she had 4 sold out shows. She added another one. Her ticket's only $30. Y'all can laugh at a real comedian. All right, so number 10. Woo, woo, woo. We at the end. Be around people who pour into you. Positivity, happiness, those that love you and make you better. That's number 10. We're talking about 10 ways here to get past the hurt, to get to your happy. It is happy season, y'all. If you don't think it's happy season, you better claim that this is your happy season. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter what happened 5 minutes ago. You can start from this moment forward, whenever you watch this video, to get your happy back. Your happy is your birthright. You deserve to be happy. God didn't put you on this earth and kept you this long to be miserable and mad at everything. Good morning. What's good about the morning? No. Or you ain't saying good morning to people. You know, you go to work. Some people need. I just need 2 hours and some coffee before I can even smile. Like I'm when I hit the floor, I'm like, hey, good morning. You know what I mean? Because it really is a blessing. Tired and all, when you wake up, it's still gratitude, you know? But number 10 was, again, to be around people who pour into you, the positivity, the happiness. Y'all heard what I said on my reel. I'm in my whole season. That's right, it's whole season. Happiness over everything. Because y'all know I'm not out here doing the other kind, right? Somebody commented and was like, well, we knew it was a twist because you ain't out here like that. And I'm like, I ain't in them streets, right? But happiness over everything. Find the good in your life and live in gratitude. That's a bonus one for you. Find the good in your life and live in a space of gratitude. And I'm trying to tell you guys, when you live in a space of gratitude, you're going to be less likely to complain about the simple things. And it's so important to live that way. And I know I'm not disconnected from reality. I understand, I overstand that there are things happening in this world, in this country, in your homes, in your lives. I'm very aware of that. But you cannot be beneficial to yourself or anyone if you're walking around hurting, bleeding on everybody. That's like an open wound and you oozing pus and blood on everybody because you are unable or unwilling, or you don't even recognize that you are hurting. Thank you, Charles. Exactly, Africa, right? It's so important. And a lot of people don't understand that they are hurt. They don't understand that um they're bleeding out because these are open wounds. That's what hurt is. Hurt is an open wound that has not been closed. And think about when I was little, I was playing softball, always in sports. I was like 9 years old. I got it on my knee to still prove it. I was playing kickball out in the streets, and someone kicked the ball all the way in this empty field. And I'm running through the field, rocks, debris. I'm running through the field to go get the kickball. And I bust my knee wide open. I'm almost 53. I was 9. I still got the scar. You can see it plain as day on my knee. And I ran through the field to get the ball, and I fell on the debris wide open. So I hobble back home. I'm in the 4th grade, and I go get stitches to close the wound, right? So now you get stitches, you get counseling, you get life coaching, right? The stitches to help close the wound. You do your work. Well, I still had the same behavior because I was a sports girl. I still wanted to go play sports. And I still, after I get stitches, I'm like, all right, what's up? We still playing. It's like next couple days, we still playing. I go back into the field, bust it wide open again. And it's not because I fell, it's because it was still in the healing process. But I was not patient enough at 9, and I had to I had to walk. So my knee bends. So everything that I was doing was adverse to the healing. And I don't know why they thought a 9-year-old could just go out with stitches on her knee and sit down. I'm not sure what had happened then, but so it opened up again. So this time they had to put something on my leg to kind of keep it still so it could heal properly. And that's what we do in life. Like you think it's a little bit of healing, then the wound is closed because you went through one day of therapy or coaching, and you're like, all right, I'm fixed. And then you go back out with the same behavior, doing the same thing, and even just living life normal, as I was just walking normal, and the wound pops back open. And how it can pop back open in life is if you are not around positive people, if you are not walking in gratitude, if you're not walking in love and kindness, if you're not addressing the wound properly, it's still going to be oozing out. And how we slowly close that wound is by being consistent when it comes to life coaching, when it comes to therapy, when it comes to counseling. You know, a lot of my life coaching clients also have therapists. Like they will have me on a Tuesday, the therapist on a Wednesday, and I really admire and respect that. That shows me that people really want to seek help by any means necessary, because therapist and a coach, we do different things. The therapist focuses on, tell me what happened when you're 2 and 3. As a life coach, it's like, okay, we're going to visit a little bit of what happened then, but we're going to focus on the now. Just like I had my client yesterday, she was going through everything, and I was like, we are moving from today forward. You're not going to beat yourself up for what you did yesterday. We're going to focus on how you can be better from today on. Now we're going to revisit that to see why you procrastinating and why you feel like you're unworthy or why you feel whatever the feelings, but we're going to come right back home to this. And so they're two different, both needed to be able to help heal folks. All right, so I'm going to run through the list again and I'm going to be out. Number one, we're talking about how to move on past the hurt and to get to happy. So I'm gonna go quickly. Number one, you have to make the decision to forgive yourself and those who have hurt you or the experience of the hurt. Number two, you have to know that you are worthy of goodness, whatever that looks like to you, however it comes. Number three, important, very important, acknowledge and sit with the hurt. Feel all the emotions, the good, the bad, the ugly. Sometimes you have to sit in that hurt. People want to just go past the hurt and just get to the happy. No. In order to understand the hurt, you have to sit in the hurt. Whether it's sitting in the house 2 days, whether you're focusing on it all day, you're not going to sit there forever and ever, amen, your whole life, but you have to sit with it for a moment because you have to feel all of those feelings to understand what's happening and how to move forward. Number four, cry, kick, scream, don't shower, live with it, whatever it takes. If you got to sit there for a week and you're dealing with it, don't let someone say, okay, enough is enough. You got to get up and get out. No, you determine that. I would say don't go past 4 days. And that's stretching it. Don't go past 4 days. You're going to have to get yourself up, but each day should get a little better and brighter if you have positive people around you, gratitude, and you have the attitude that you want to get back to the happy or discover the happy for the very first time. And age has no limit. Experience has no limit to happy. What you've been through yesterday or 10 years ago has no place in your happiness today. You can start today. Number five, write letters or make phone calls to express your hurt and the reason to those you can call. Now, we know some people have passed on. Some people, you don't have their phone number. You're not talking to them. They're not talking to you, whatever it is, and it's hurting. You can still attempt to make the phone call, try to find them on social media, write a letter, never mail it, whatever it is, whatever it takes just to get those feelings out. Number six, give yourself permission to heal and work through your hurt. And that's, again, seeing a life coach, therapist, counselor, going to church, all that with prayer. If you believe you can get past that hurt. Number seven, distance yourself from those who've hurt you, forgive, and let live. Let them live over there. You live over here, but you can work with God and distance yourself on who's hurt you. Because if somebody hurts you and they've constantly hurt you over and over again, why you want them at your dinner table breaking bread? That makes no sense. Because your mother said that you should be friends with them, or because you known them for X amount of years. Gotta say my favorite quote from one of my favorite movies. Leroy McKenzie Jr., if you're still on here, you know what I'm gonna say. Charles, you know what I'm gonna say. And anybody else that knows me or heard it, you know what I'm gonna say. In Love Jones, there is a scene, and it's with Nia Long and Khalil Kain. And y'all know they were together before on here before she was with Lorenz Tate, right? And they get back together when she goes to New York. And he's fussing about her eating the cereal, all of the toasted oats, right? And he says something to her about being together. And he says, we've been together all these years. And she said, all we had was all these years, and it's just not enough anymore. Meaning that you can't count the number and say, okay, this is a significant relationship to me. The money, the amount of time has nothing to do with the happy, right? Or the hurt, or the friendship, or the relationship, or the familyship. And a lot of people hold on to people who continuously hurt them based off of the number of years they've known them. That's whack. We're not doing that any longer. No. I don't care if you've known them 40 years. If every time you're in their presence, every time you hear their voice, they hurt you, it's time to skedaddle. Toodaloo. It's time to go. Quickly, 8, meditate, pray, yoga, exercise, dance, breathe, write in your journal, release the energy of the hurt. Number 9, take care of you, self-care, self-love. Number 10, again, be around people who pour into you, positivity, happiness, those that love you and make you better. And the bonus was find the good in your life and live in gratitude. All right, y'all. I was back with another list because, honey, we love a good list over here. If you are hurting, and you want to share, definitely drop them in the comments. You are not alone. We have to make this a community where we are helping more than hurting one another. So if you've had to overcome a hurt and you would like to share it, drop it in the comments. Whether you're watching it live right now, I see you guys live. Hey, y'all, I appreciate you. As always, time is a commodity that you don't get back. I appreciate you spending this time with me. This tells me that you want to get past the hurt, or you have, and you want to get back to your happy. It's happy season, or if it's not for you, it's for somebody else, and you can share this out to them. I'm all about helping us be better. I want us to be healed and working in the process of healing. I don't want us hurting anymore, because hurting is hindering us from our greatness, right? I'm tired of us, especially our community, the Black community. I'm just going to keep it real. Everybody got an attitude, mean mugging. You walk past another woman, they act like they can't speak. You walk past another guy, everybody their heads down, acting like, no, speak to somebody. We got to get out of that. Hey, how you doing? I never let a woman walk past me and I'm not speaking and saying something. Whether it's a smile, whether it's hi with my eyes or hi with my mouth vocally, I'm going to speak, because that's how we have to do. Some people are hurting. You never know what a smile can do, or just saying hello. That could heal somebody's hurt, or start the process of healing. It's important to do that. So your homework today is to give a stranger a compliment. And I want to hear about it. Give a stranger a compliment. There's something that you can find on a stranger and keep it pushing. You don't got to stop and have a whole conversation with them, but give a stranger a comment, a compliment. But most importantly, look in the mirror and give yourself one. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet again my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. If you're watching live on Facebook, hey, y'all, hey. And if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, run on over to YouTube real quick and do so. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for watching. Remember, you are a star. Don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Till next time, God bless. Peace. Peace, y'all. Play a little music on the way out.